Hello there, wizards and apprentices, and welcome back to the next episode of Jerascape. In the last episode, we were visited by my good friend FCD, who helped us build the iron farm that you see behind me, and that has been incredibly helpful. You'll see around the area a lot of the torches have been replaced by lanterns, and I just think the area looks so much better for it. Now, you may notice in the distance that you now see a mushroom island over there, and that is because I finally did a little exploring around my immediate area and found out there's some good resources to be had. Found the mushroom island, and then over in this direction, very, very far that away, I found a mesa, and I actually cut sort of a canal through this landmass here, so it's a little easier to get over to that chunk of ocean. I'll show you at some point when it's more relevant. But suffice to say, I got a ton of terracotta, and that's going to be very helpful for our plans today. So last time, if you recall, we cleared out this big area behind me, this big island, and some of the mangrove. Now, I'm going to have to clear a bit more of the mangrove before we start properly today, but I went away for a few days recently, and the whole time I was basically thinking about this world and what I want to build next. And I actually drew a ton of concept artwork, which I'll show here now. But over in this area behind me, we are going to build this crazy windmill, a sort of textile farm and dye farm area, big old warehouse for wood and other bulk storage. I have a ton of crazy plans. And before it gets too dark, I want to jump down here and show you, because I got a little bit started just so you can sort of see where we're going before I jump into big time-lapse mode. Now, this is going to have a roof because you know how I love a good gazebo, but we're going to have some buildings coming down here and a few more around here to sort of connect this area with the new area that we're going to be building over here. Let me just go sleep because I'm going to get nervous. So yeah, this area is just going to be a series of docks. They're going to be a little better connected than they currently are right now. It's just sort of, you know, vague outlines of what I'm going to be doing. But actually, if you look inside this building, I have the start of an elevator, which leads right up to here, if you recall this area from the last time. Figured I would make just another way to get around. But anyway, I think that's enough babbling on my part. I have some pretty clear plans, and I don't know how clearly I've been able to explain them, so I think it's better if I just show you. Don't you? Let's just jump right in. Okay, we'll take a break from the time-lapse to actually explain things, shall we? As you've seen, I've completed some buildings down here. Obviously, I want to add a lot more detailing, but, you know, the overall structure of these two buildings is done. And I've started an area that connects up here. Let's go explore. First thing of note is that I've added a staircase and kind of prettified the entrance of my mine just a tiny bit, just so it's not a hole in the wall anymore. And as you go up here, you start to see the new area I've begun working on. Now, I cleared everything out to begin with so that I have pretty much a blank slate to work with, but I am going to be adding trees sort of back into this area slowly as I complete, I added this one sort of toward the end, but getting ahead of myself, we'll go through it bit by bit. First thing, I love that you have a pretty good view of this side of the base from here. I definitely want to add more on this big blank wall here. That's too blank for me, but focusing over here. I have a little area for some horses here because I didn't really like the paddock I had going for them over there, so I want to make some more aesthetic areas to spread them out, and I think they'll bring a little life to this area. I've got a bit of a gate and some storage. One of the purposes for this area is to sort of make a nice spot for some bulk storage, and ignore all this, but this is going to be a big chunk of stuff that could be, stone or dirt, whatever I have a lot of that I know I'm gonna need. I don't want to throw away, but I don't necessarily need in my specific storage. We've got a little gateway and this first building, which again is probably just going to be used for storage, but pretty happy with it. They're pretty cute. Same with the other one here. Nothing inside right now, but I've just begun to make some buildings to connect these areas together. And I have moved my carrots and potato farming operation to down here so that it has a little more space to itself and it's a little bit cuter. I'm actually going to be doing the same with the wheat. I've taken the wheat down from up there and I'm going to be moving it over there once we start that windmill that you saw in the concept art. It's almost nighttime, so we'll jump back into building in a second, but one other thing I added here is the start to just some little ruins, some obelisks. This is pretty inspired by the stones in Skyrim, the Guardian stones. And then over there, I won't go over there just yet because the building's not built, but that's the beginning of my sheep and textile area. So you're just gonna have to wait for that. It's coming next, just now, right now is what I mean. Okay, I'm back because I did one thing that changed everything, and I added the blue terracotta here, and just like as a kind of accent color on the buildings. And I love this area so much more now. It was just feeling a little bland before, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but now it is better. The one other thing I want to talk about is these. I think I invented this. I don't know. I've never seen anyone else do it. But under here, so this is roots, but you could do this with leaves also, and I just put a torch. And, obviously you can use a prettier light source if you have one, but early game, that is really lovely for an in-ground light source. Okay, now back to building for real, and also sleep for me. It's way too dark. So we're gonna keep it brief because if you can't already hear it in my voice, I have one of those spring colds. But behind me, now in front of me, this is my new textile and dye. It's not really a farm. I keep wanting to call it a farm, but it's not. It's a building. It's just a building where these things will be kept and where it will be aesthetically housed. But we've got some sheep going over here. I'll probably dye them various colors. Definitely gonna breed up a bunch more, just so I have as much wool as I need. And this building, not remotely done actually, because if you look at the inside, no interior yet. And a big part of the outside is going to be using banners and wool and all that to really, really make it obvious that this is a textile farm. Now, if you were one of the people who paused and looked at the concept art, you probably see that the building shape is a little different, but that's okay. I just made it work with the land as best as I could, and the concept art, it's always more like guidelines, more just like figuring out the vibe of a place than actually, you know, exact blueprints. Our next steps are going to be to complete this interior and some of the area out here. Now the plan right now is to use this building to work our way through the textile process. So the first step would obviously be to shear the sheep. Now the next step would technically be spinning thread. So I'm gonna have a couple areas up here that are just like sitting areas, because at a lot of times and in a lot of places, thread would be spun using a drop spindle. I'll put one on screen, and how it works is you just kind of pull out the wool fibers or whatever kind of fibers you're using, and you use the spindle, you drop it and you spin it like a top, and it creates threads one by one, bit by bit. So that area is going to be up here. And now down here, there's going to be the next step, which would be looms. So I'm going to try my hand at making a few large looms. Obviously I'll be using the smaller loom block to do this partially, but I really want to create the effect of a large weighted loom here, maybe one and then maybe a smaller one over to the side. Gotta sleep. The last area over here is going to be the dye making area. So I've already used some ore blocks in the ground to sort of create the illusion of dropped colorful pieces of either flowers or stone. Dye can be made out of all sorts of materials, and you know, some of it might need to be baked, so I've got an oven here. However, I can make an illusion that a bunch of things are kind of being ground up and boiled up into dyes. That's gonna go over here. And the last part's gonna be outside. I'm gonna have several campfires out here with cauldrons over them, and the idea is going to be this is the place where the cloth is being dyed over cauldrons in the hot water, and we're also gonna have various cloth drying sort of along here and also kind of everywhere, because it's gonna make the area very colorful and hopefully really sell the effect of what this building is meant to be. I think I am going to take an editing trick from the masters though, and I am going to turn around, and with the turn, reveal our build. So we have a lot of little elements to explore. We'll start back here. I did colorize some of the sheep, and they're looking very, very vibrant. I'm sure I'll change them back to one color at some point, but right now I'm really enjoying the rainbow. I used carpet in a way I haven't done before. I just put it along the roof in various areas just to give that sort of, just a line of color when you're looking at it from the ground. I'm sure from above it's a lot brighter, but at least from here, it looks really cool just to have that subtle little band of colors along the top. We've got banners hanging out here, either to dry or maybe for sale. And then we'll go inside. So we've got a lot to look at here. So this is that area I was telling you about before, where you might sit down and maybe spin some thread bit by bit. And then along the walls we have really giant spools of cloth, really huge, what are they called? Bolts of cloth, really big bolts of cloth everywhere. And here we have our two looms. We've got the very big one, which has a sort of, I don't know, this is the part that's being woven, and then this is a big roll of what's already been woven maybe, and then this is a bit of a smaller loom. And then if we head back this way, we get into the dye creation area. We've got our ovens. These sort of give the effect of maybe a few jars, maybe some colorful jars or bottles stacked up. I don't know, I don't really have candles yet, and that would be what I would normally use for this, and I'm sure I'll come back in and add some candles when I have access to those. But we've got some shelves with some various colorful things, you know, color elements to add to dyes. Some pots, things over here. And then outside, we have the cauldrons where the different cloths would be put in to dye. I'm definitely super happy with this build. Like, I don't know, I haven't built something like this in a long while, and I'm really, really, really loving it. Next, though, I think our plan is going to be to begin this very interesting, weirdly shaped windmill that I'm going to put over here. And around it, I'm going to put a bunch of wheat, sort of expand where I took the wheat farm down from up there. Get a big old wheat field out here. And the windmill itself is going to have a bit of an odd design. It's not going to be the traditional style, if you saw the concept artwork before. And this design was actually inspired by my friend Short Range, who is like one of my favorite builders that I know. His work is absolutely incredible. You should check out his channel if you haven't already. Really, really cool builder, always building these very cohesive villages with lots of detail and lots of swirly sort of wind-like elements. I don't know, it's hard to describe. You should definitely just go check out his work. But my design is definitely highly inspired by his style. But I'll probably get started with that about now. So I've got about this much built so far, and I'm trying something a little new with the windows up there, trying a little bit of a swirly-whirly to use technical terms only, only the best on this channel. The next part is going to involve some sort of like triangular sails coming out on the sides, and I'm just really not sure how I want to handle it. I feel like it's going to be real difficult, and I don't know, I'm just not sure. Hello? Did I see someone in there?
Hey! Here's Short Range. I heard you need some building help.
Hey, Short. I was just talking about you.
Well, I heard some swirly-whirly things going on, and yeah, I had to come and help.
Well, that would be much appreciated, because, yeah, I was just telling the audience, you are, like, the king of sails and swirly-whirly, wind-looking buildings, so...
Yep. I can do that. So, what are we looking at?
Well, this is going to be a kind of windmill, but not a normal windmill.
Yep.
It's going to have...
Sounds interesting.
Like, it goes around, you know, clockwise. It goes around this way.
Oh, yeah, I got the point. Ooh, that's a great idea.
Very hard to describe
like
that
really,
verbally.
Yeah, really thinking out of the box.
Yeah, I was definitely inspired by your designs building it, but yeah, could definitely use your help. And perhaps we should sleep. Hang on, I think I have another bed around here somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, so like, what are you thinking? Do you have plans? You have ideas?
Yeah, I have some ideas. Okay. Like, the next part is going to be the sail part, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we probably have to go up a little higher and then add mechanisms.
Don't look, I'm just lagging a little bit around here. I think if you start maybe, because it's going to be like a circle, maybe first make a circle around it that a little bit comes out of the building, like some kind of gear, and you can attach the sails on that gear, maybe?
That makes sense.
Oh.
What color do you think?
Inspiration. Yeah, I like spruce, but maybe that's just because I'm addicted to spruce.
Honestly, I haven't used enough spruce over here, so I'm down.
But I think since it's all like soft colors, we maybe should go like the stripped version, spruce, maybe.
Sounds good to me.
If you have those blocks, of course, because yeah, not everybody is a hoarder.
Hang on, like I didn't even like welcome you really. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, no worries. I get too excited when buildings going on.
No, I got excited too. But yeah, I just built this area over here. This is my textile farm, so we'll have a lot of wool to work with.
Ooh, that's nice. It looks amazing here.
Thank you. Oh, watch out for this guy.
Yeah, he's not so friendly.
He's guarding my storage against my will. We have a lot of mangrove to work with, but it's dangerous. I don't want to kill him either.
Sir?
I want to see if I can
Sir.
let him run out of arrows.
Oh yeah, you can. But
Make him into a friend.
I believe it takes a really long time, but you can make them run out of arrows.
Yeah, I've done it once, and it did take a very long time. So I made I made fancier ways to get up, but this is the way I keep using to get up here.
If it's the fastest, then and most of the time it's memory muscle if you are in the same world for a long time.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Just get so used to it.
Coming over here, because I know we're gonna need to chop some spruce.
Oh, no worries. I like to chop.
But it's okay.
Bamboo.
Who doesn't love a good resource gathering montage?
Yeah.
Oh no, we left our beds over there. Be right back. I gotta grab the beds, but I have
no problem.
I have a boat over here, so I can go faster. Oh, the drama. This is so drama filled because like I'm running past the arrow guy, like, and the edge of the mangrove forest is so dangerous. Alright, I got the beds.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the beds.
Me too.
I blame Scarworld for it.
Oh.
And I blame my own bases because I light everything up so I don't have to sleep when I build. Especially now with the new light mechanic. Well, they're not so new anymore, but...
No, I still think of it as new.
Yeah, it's a lot... it helps a lot.
If it happens since I started playing, it's new.
Yep. Ooh, an Enderman.
Oh yeah, I noticed something really interesting with Endermen. They seem to get stuck in the mangrove forests.
Ah, never noticed before.
There's
and again,
I don't know how they get there in the first place, but there's this space that's like between there'll be a root and a mossy carpet, and then like it's enclosed so they can't move left or right. But I guess they teleport up there, but they can't teleport away because they're on a carpet? I mean, mossy carpets are already kind of breaking all the AI, like, you know, like how critters can't get over the azalea bushes and stuff.
yeah. Or like when you put a cow on a carpet, it starts turning around.
Oh, yeah.
That's how milkshakes are made. Yeah, it's true.
Minecraft milkshake. I wonder what flavors it would come in, like chorus fruit.
Depends on the biome, probably.
Yeah. Moo Bloom Sunshine Shake.
Well, actually, that sounds really delicious.
Yeah, right? Ooh,
Yeah,
it would be like banana.
I would
and
buy
stuff.
that. I
Yeah.
would buy that. Ooh. Ooh. That's an even circle.
I knew I wanted double doors.
Oh. Well, I'm away. I'm off. See you next time. Bye bye. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit harder in my head.
You think we can save her, Captain?
It's kind of the same principle, so it should be fine. Oh yeah, I was just looking for any kind of block. Oh, just to see how I'm gonna
Creeper
get
built.
that circle bit.
No one will know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna figuring out circle before we gonna put it up there, because there we're gonna need like temporary blocks to build it, so it's easier to figure it out here, I guess. So normally the next step after the with the
I'm
one
helping.
is, so for the sails we could do, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was figuring out where we're gonna do the kind of beams for the sails to hang the sails from, or but it's even. It's even, Yara.
I build even
How-
things all
how
the
could
time. I don't see why everyone's got a problem with it. It's diorite all over again, short range. It's birch. people are like, oh no, I don't let the birds, I don't let it die, right? It's weakness. Weakness, short range, I won't have it.
It's not weakness, it's an inconvenience. That's the word, inconvenience.
You're better at drawing, making these shapes than me. So, but this is kind of like, again, I didn't really think of it in blocks, right? So.
Yes, you're more like the vertical kind of sails, really, instead of like hanging sails like a ship. Now, how many sails do you want to have?
I'm about to find out.
Because that's also a little bit important. It could work with just 4. Because the ones in the corner are gonna be really annoying and hard.
Yeah, I was thinking we could start with the 4 and then like see if anything else makes sense.
I got the wool.
Oh, okay.
Wait, maybe you first try and let me see so I know for sure what the idea is, and then I maybe can help out along the way.
Okay. And then we can always do it on the same like side. So like so then the ones that are here would be like on this side.
Yeah, only on one side and and everything on the same side. Yes, that helps to give the rotational effect.
Exactly.
I think. Yep. Oh, maybe we could add like a windmill first, do a row of fences and then do the wool.
Oh, that and then the wool. I see what you mean.
No, I'm not sure if it's gonna work out.
No, I think it'd look really cool.
But it's just, well, that's the thing. If when building, you need to visually test it, or you never know.
Definitely. Oh, cool. Oh, ooh.
I'm trying something. I'm not sure if it's gonna work.
No, I'm fascinated. Do your thing. Ooh,
but that's my thinking process most of the time. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes you gotta say stop. Short range is not gonna work because I keep trying. But
no, I like where you're going here. I really like that.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of
trying to give it a little bit more of a depth.
Curve. Yeah.
Yeah, and curve. It's like you just with texture, it's gonna be even better. But yeah, I can't have too much huge flat spaces. I don't like it.
I didn't quite mirror yours.
No, but you don't have to. I'm just, like I said, I'm just still experimenting.
No,
with,
I was trying to mirror yours.
With shape and no, but I actually think yours is at this point better. But I have one block lower than the others.
Oh yeah, and I need to add that block onto the other side.
Yeah, but that's like what I said. That's preference.
I like it.
If you
I
like
think it looks
or not.
more dramatic that way.
It makes it more like hanging.
What do you think?
Yeah. But it doesn't really matter what side you place them on as long as you place them all on the same side. But yeah, it works.
Yeah, and I think that makes the backside look better too.
Yeah. It breaks it a little bit up. But I think this is working out, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is looking good.
Yep.
I very much appreciate your help. Is the roof pointing correctly? Like the right angle, you think? Or should it be steeper?
It's working.
Okay.
It's a different way than I make my pointy roofs, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's weird. I do roofs this way most of the time.
I know why it's weird, but you're not gonna like it.
Oh, is it because it's even?
Yeah.
I wish wandering traders, I wish you could name tag them and they wouldn't despawn.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it doesn't work that way. It's just there's such a cool design, and like he would be the perfect guide to work in the textile area, you know?
Oh yeah.
He's
definitely.
So colorful. He goes with the building. All right. Anyway, time to focus.
Yeah,
we finished the windmill.
Yeah.
Woo!
Which is actually quite successful.
Yeah. despite it being an even build.
Yeah, I don't like to admit it, but yeah, it can work. Seems like it can work, yeah. Oh, I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
Thank you for your help.
It's really out of the conventional windmill thingy, so I like that. I really like that. Like everybody builds always the same windmill, like the star-shaped one. So
Yeah, and like I mean, you know me. You know I've built a windmill. You know I love building windmills, but I'm like I don't want to build the same windmill again. I want to do something magical.
No, but I really like the idea. Like I said, it's really inspirational.
Hey, I mean, inspired by you, so the inspiration cycle continues.
Thank you. Glad I could do that. It's just amazing. And that's not all. We also have an amazing inside build. Come on, let's check it out.
Ooh. Ooh. In we go. Short range? Short? Again? Again with my friends disappearing? Oh, okay. Alright, well... What I was gonna say is that there's like the sort of grindstone, you know, what you would normally see in a windmill, you know, that's used to grind up meal and stuff. Man, it's weird enough to have your friends show up in a single-player world, but it's weirder still that they keep leaving without saying goodbye. I know. Yeah. This guy gets me. Well, disappearing friends aside, I am incredibly happy with this windmill. Definitely could not have done it this well without short range, so appreciate you, buddy, wherever you went. But looking at the time, it's probably getting time to call it, everyone. We've done crazy amounts of work this episode. Like, wow. I also, I didn't show you guys yet, but I did add a few banners up to this area, up front, just so that it sort of, ties in to, watch out. I added some banners over here, so that this area ties in a little better with the textile farm. I'm afraid to go back up there. But I guess let's end the episode from about the same perspective as we began, over here, where we can now see the beginnings of a whole new area. I don't know. I'm proud. I'm happy. I'm loving it. I'm loving the progress on this world. It feels amazing to get so much done in one episode. Yeah, I'll admit I've gone overboard on this episode, but I think it was for a very good reason. And I don't know, I hope you enjoyed it too. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you again on the next episode of Jerascape. Bye!